based racing. So in the last 10 years, I've been responsible for Superbike,
A long, successful career. He's a name that a lot of fans know and associate with Yamaha.
I realize it's a big job, and I also realize, most important, how important it give me tips. We are working pretty close in the last month to secure that I will find my own way inside the company. I know Yamaha. I'm learning more.
Come in, how do you set about trying to get Yamaha back in a position to be fighting for a world championship?
Fully committed to get the bike back to be competitive. This is step one. But I also think and I think in the coming future, also looking better to engage with young talent.
Full of team managers and team bosses. Normally I like to ask some difficult questions, but I might be a bit careful. I look forward to chatting to you in 2025.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, Yamaha boss Paolo Pavesio. Big shoes to fill, of course. Lynn Jarvis was Fabio Quartararo was crowned world champion. He has got a big task on his hands, Simon, but he spoke very...
Lots of experience inside the company. I can't help but say I'm going to miss past that action's really cool. I'm going to miss quick and has a good time at Yamaha.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, yeah. Good luck. Glorious era, or one of the most glorious eras in Yamaha's history, when they were the all later on in 2008, 2009, and Jorge Lorenzo picked up the baton. They have been accustomed to a strengthened lineup, and I'll just get your thoughts on that, Simon. As this crucial practice session, and Yamaha are putting together a very experienced lineup as they look for yesterday, actually, which I think a lot of us have forgotten. Of course, Miguel's used to this kind of scenario because he came into Tech 3 house race, and so it's a path that Miguel's trodden before, and his experience
he really is. It's pretty obvious whenever you go to his dad to see him not achieve what I think he is capable of, in that he's going to be in the top 3 by midway. That was my kind of bet, and it hasn't really bounced back like the Miguel I expected ever since the sprint, and really I hope to see him do more of that. But what on good choice. Imagine the feedback, that clever man that's ridden 3.
Well, there, and of course we're still awaiting official confirmation of Jack Miller coming into that team. But in the future, and taking from what Paolo Pavesio said there, the new Yamaha boss, the likes of Pramac more as a feeder team, a development team for their factory team. But of course, they're bringing in 2 riders who would have made at the end of the season over 450. Just swinging towards and favouring more the proven experience rather than looking to...
I think Jack did a great job in that first period with KTM, and then the first races. It was that's scary fast there.
Look, on the right hand side of Fabio Quartararo's bike, it's just...
Is it the swing arm wing?
Yeah, it worked.
I'm looking at the Aprilia ones recently, having a good close look at them. They actually have them in for some reason, a heel or a stand, the bike stand lifting it on and off. There's like an extra wing, so it's normally poking straight down. I don't think. Nothing to worry about here. They're all going slow, so if they're getting each other's was running away. Jorge is a racer, a winner, and I thought, will he? I just saw him instantly hook into his really good pace. Didn't get by. What I'm saying is he didn't overstep the mark. Basically, I believe the old Jorge would have. He would have made a mistake in one of those
as well, Simon. He would have stewed. He would have hated part of that early summer break. He launched it, but the way he's come back and sort of silenced
about that, I said to him, it must be hard to keep that front tyre. And he said, you're right, but you've got to get your stopping done so you can start this, and so it can get its shape back, and you can turn.
As you get hard on the brakes into the first corner, then go right, and you've got to real flick it left. That sort of where he's muscling and wrestling the bike from left to right and back again with that damaged left shoulder. On the world champion, there you saw him in the picture, official Motogp medic Dr. Angel Shah. Aragon 5 days ago, second at the moment he is. Marc Marquez is back into P. Missing Repsol Honda's Joan Mir this morning. Unfortunately, the 2020 Motogp World read out this morning. We know that Joan was feeling a little bit unwell yesterday. Didn't come to any of his Marquez in that final part of the circuit. But I believe we've got an update on Joan Mir. He was sidelined.
He has progressed in the right direction throughout the course of the day. As you said, Bert, he felt unwell, which is why they took the decision to sit today out. But as I say, the medication he took in the morning, which definitely will be good to see.
That's great news, Jack, great news, and we label it intense gastroenteritis. Would not have wanted to have been in Joan Mir. Told the Honda have something well, they hope will be rather special. Certainly,
speaking of different, Paul Spargo riding that and I had a gut feeling in this morning and caught it luckily without another machine running around it. Had a good list side, and I first noticed when they came with that big bang, the man's hands holding it going slow. Because I haven't seen any new tyres go in, and if someone does that when there's new rubber in there and they're putting an effort in, I noticed with the big bang it looks like they're starting to be twin. It goes more smooth. It'll go brrr, and the hands would stay steady. And now with what it did, and so I'm convinced it's a different fire. Even though they're V4s, there must be in a firing order that is closer to the two cylinders firing. At his interview this morning, saying that both Danny and Pole have given it the green light.
Yeah, that's going to be fascinating on Monday if Pedro Acosta and RC16. I believe that Jack Marino and Augusto Fernandez have been told they're sharing one box. Just to see what Acosta's first feedback, his first taste of the development RC16. On a couple of corners, the Beast's on a good lap here.
Oh no, the Beast's not having a great time, is he?
Surprised to see him down in 13th place this morning, outside the top 10 as well at the moment this morning.
No, he's pretty cool with it, wasn't he? Good on him.
Pedro Acosta, though, the low grip, slippery conditions of Aragon, but with a lot more grip and a lot more.
The riders cutting that first turn, 1, 2, 3, you can cut straight through there. Towards the track, that someone cut it half a dozen times in one race. They could save a lot of energy, like they do after they've had a push for a lap. Most of the riders in the race, it used to be with the old rules that you could just keep cutting it long as you get. Obviously people thought, the people in charge thought fair enough. The track
is cutting a chicane during a race, shedding some light on how this matter has evolved over well worth a chunk of your weekend.
Is it live?
It is live.
Okay,
yes, okay. It is live. Yes. The final 20 minutes or so of this practice session, we pick up Morbidelli. We expect this is their playground, isn't it? They're always out on production. Panigales circulates the final corner. 8th place as it stands at the moment. Moves up 3 spots into 5th. Though Frankie Morbidelli and Fabio Quartararo find laps in the 131s. We've now got 10 right.
We should see some shiny, brand new soft rear tyres in there. And
we're about to find out whether Yamaha have been able to make any improvements on a rather lackluster tyre. 1 lap speed was nothing shy of very average.
The updated aero and used at Aragon, and it's not easy to spot the difference. It's slightly narrow. It looks very similar to the old one.
Yeah, we know that Yamaha have been playing a lot with different engine specs lately, as they do. So the Yamaha tech guru has been focusing on since his introduction into the Awata, the world champion now.
He's bailed out on that.
He's cruising
along.
So rider, this is a proper home race, isn't it, for the Beast? Born and bred in nearby South African. After all the late drama last time out in Aragon. But in terms of podium finishes for Binder, now stretches to 11 Grand Prix. His only podium visit. Now then, Martin, we know how good Jorge is when he's got nice shiny Michelin rubber. We haven't seen as yet Martin go on to soft tyres. He's in 4th place at the moment, won't they? Marc Marquez and Bagnaia then peel into pit lane as they get set for the late inside that top 10. Marquez at the moment 2nd, with a great record here, 9.
While we've got this little lull before everyone gets out there on their new tyres for time to take height devices, I was thinking about the wings, because lots more, and when they put these ride height devices on there, that the engineers found out fairing, so it was hidden better, his back wasn't poking up in the air as much, and because the back of the bike is dropped, so the angles not as sharp. So I suspect they were trying to get acceleration off the slow corners, which they got as well. So you think of it, but they've got to make a compromise between those two things, because the device dropping and top speed will be one of the things that this more capacity lose. But yeah, they'll lose top speed, or they have too much aero, or it'll slow it down more again.
It can't be too far into the, obviously trying to fine-tune and develop their current 1000cc. But you've got to think that the factories are already looking very, very close to this new 850.
At least developing that engine, like drawing board, trying something. A couple of the manufacturers are pushing for a freeze in 26, developing the engine and fuels at the same time.
It's very time consuming. It's also a pretty big dent in your budget as well. on the green pack. So easy, isn't it, just to run marginally offline and lose this lap with 15?
I've said this before, but to continue that conversation, develop the engine, the new 850, and they've got a team, they'll have a team and changing the engine, you know, to see what gets more power where they want it more. And because we're changing fuels, we have to, you know, like, so going 100%, then at the same time have another team running an engine best, you know, to make the best fuel. So that's two jobs at once, and they said that was changed at the same time, which is why they want to freeze.
Yeah, that'll be interesting to see if that that he nailed turn 11, the Cavone corner, 280 to 185 kilometers an hour. Fabio, over the line he comes, up to 4th place, a 131.49. Because Yamaha do have a lot of data information, having been here recently testing. We've already had a fling in a load of soft rubber here in Misano. As you can see on the timing tower left-hand side of the screen, Viñales, Bezzecchi and Polisparga on the test rider for KTM inside the top 10.
His chances, Matt, of, you know, 4th, and he's the only one to have a time attack, you know, he's close to going fastest.
Yeah, Binder now through to for this final left corner. Gets the power on the factory KTM. 15th, he says, needing a big jump is the beast. And we ride on board then now with the Rimini ride next year. The awesome foursome, I suppose you could say, for the Fiera Mobility Group. Acosta, up to 9th, 131.690. That won't cut it. Marc Marquez has rolled out of this current lap. You can see Marc out on a new medium front soft rear top. Followed Marco Bezzecchi. What a great run he had here in his home Grand Prix. Those two horrible incidents at the start of the Catalan Grand Prix last year when Bastianini went a full-on serious back pain, and Bez somehow took a double second place behind Martin here 1 year ago. Board with the beast through Cavone, now through 12, through 13, the over line, up into P6 goes Bez, a 131.524. The unlocking, over down on the factory Ducati, out of the final corner, and he goes into P1. And they are so close to winning the 2022 Misano Grand Prix. Took a close second to Bagnaia, but a cost. Gas Tech 3 boss. I think the boss liked it.
Impressive lap from Petro. Really good last turn behind Petro.
Bagnaia on the move as well. The factory Ducatis are coming to close to the green there on the exit of that final corner. That could have been millimetre Costa. So Acosta, having briefly gone to the top of this session late on with a 130 gas machine up and running again. The yellow flags are out in sector 2. 229 from Bezzecchi. Look at this from the beast. 120-30 lap coming in, anybody? No, not quite.
Marcus keeping that form. Was that a bit of a scare from the front all the way in there from pole? You know, coming to a grippy track, you know, really high grip. And after Aragon, minus the start, you know, start device. Oh, I see.
Yeah, never got it settled.
That's a perfect example of the huge brake force at
the bridge there, down through turn 7. It's, well, they call it turn 7, but it's just more a flat-out corner. He has been able to remount then that RC16. No great damage done to the motorcycle. Leads then with a 131.034. 300 clear at Bastianini. Bit of a gap to go Quartararo. At the moment, keeping him inside that top 10. He's 9th at the moment. Not for long. Because, as we always get accustomed to seeing, he's got 2 corners on this current lap. Dominant sprint and Grand Prix winner here in Misano under the blue skies of 6. Puts Martin back in charge.
Is there someone better?
Don't think there is. No,
he's through all classes.
He's phenomenal.
He must have a
39 career poles, 18 in Motogp, 59 front rows in the GP. He's always had that something a little bit special. I'll bring that form into the Premier class as well. Flirting with track limits there on the outside of 10th place. Desperately clinging on to that place in Q2.
Putting up a good fight as possible because they deserve to be up the front.
Yeah,
2 great riders.
Absolutely. Top of Aprilia on further down, we've got Oliveira 15th and Raul Fernandez in 17th place from the session so far as he looks to try and consolidate a place inside.
Such an average, you know, beginning of the season, and struggling with that new rear tyre and a different special mark all year.
We really have. I mean, aside from Jerez, I mean, that in championship contention he was being talked about as a potential threat to the likes of Bagnaia and good lap, great lap. 31.313 from Quartararo.
Around Misano, this man laid on the spec.
I might have got this track position absolutely perfect. Just at the moment outside the top 10, tucked in behind the screen of his factory Ducati. 130.885 physical condition. after the big collision with Alex Marquez in Aragon just 5 days ago. Reference Miller found a 1:31.3. He's up to 8th, the Australian. That's put a later spot. Minutes remaining in this session when he's been bumped down to 12th place. Vinales 13th.
And with their high grip, he needs that rear tyre grip to make the bike turn.
And up from week to week. At the moment, it's the fast one, a 1:31.301. Has put 23 points behind the championship. It's Pecco Bagnaia, 37 on the table here this weekend. Now the yellow cements his advantage at the top. We mentioned the latest Spargo being in the danger zone. Well, down in 11th place. He's going to flick it. Oh, he didn't even get a chance to flick it left. He tried to.
The rear came back into line, threw his weight on the front let go.
So the best is not going to have any impact on Pecco Bagnaia because he has found something really special. What a lap. Just what a whisker under 0.3 of a second away from that benchmark. Marc Marquez at Bastianini. The cream has risen to the top here in Misano. The top 4 riders, who is the only non-Ducati rider with more than one podium in the books so far this season. We've got one more lap. Not that he's going to need it. That 1:30.966 will ease Mark 2 years ago. That's some record. That just shows, doesn't it, how good Jorge is in time attacks by Jack Miller. So maybe a few nervy moments late on here for Red Bull KTM Factory Racings of those two. And any major risk of being pushed out. Manu Vinales has just had a peak lap from the 93. He's just pursuing Frankie Morbidelli. Top end 75 kilometres an hour at the slowest point through turn 10. And then you really do unleash the potential of the late on here. Morbidelli needs the lap more than Marquez. His need is greater because he's coming late on from Morbidelli. We're tracking now the number 21, former Moto2 world. What a lap that was by Morbidelli, and that has then pushed Brad Binder out of the top 10. Our team, your top 3 in the World Championship. Morbidelli 4th, Bastianini 5th, so into Q2 directly. Jack Miller secures the final. The Spargo brothers are 12th and 13th respectively. Alex Marquez, I don't know if one here was Misano, he took the checker flag in 18th place.
Matt, the disappointment, what you have in front of you if you're outside, and then you're having to go through Cupid cutoff, and basically it's the first sign your weekend is going bad.
At all, that 1:31.422.
GP24 is floating to the top, Matt, and split by Mark on GP23.
Wasn't exactly
the energy, but you know, he knows the track, he knows he's got the setup, and then doesn't wear
bounce back ability. He does it so many times, doesn't he? 5 days ago, getting Quattraro late on, running off at turn 8. Thankfully for Yamaha fan by Quattraro. At least he knows waking up tomorrow morning at worst he'll be
anyway. They're on target.
There's a sort of a new moniker on the back of Jorge Rocket. Well, he's a bit of a pocket rocket, no question, is Jorge.
That was Ron Haslam's, wasn't it?
Himself back in the day. Jack, down to you.
Yeah, just updated it on the back. He'll be donned the Martinator once again come tomorrow morning now.
Good little plan for the remainder of this weekend. Marc Marquez, do you have a girlfriend? Well, I have too, but can I get your Gemma Pinto very much part of those emotional, special celebrations? I've got to be happy with that, Simon. He said that the key target this weekend was to be in the mix.
For the fastest riders, you don't have to, lots of gloves wanted there by pretty late.
My heart is melting, that lady, she even had the heart-shaped sunglasses. Shin Ford Ducati, we've said that a few times this season as they lock out the top 5. And from all the drama, all the pain of the late crash in Aragon. But last weekend's frustration. As a 1:30.685, Jorge Martin, Morbidelli, Bastianini, Acosta, despite a late crash at turn 8. Betts, Tony, San Marino, they're directly through to Q2. Into the jungle of Q1, of a top 10. He was 12th at Polispargo, Miguel Oliveira, John